can't see me. So, it's early morning. I'm getting back into the rhythm of getting up and out for my walks and workouts. It's strength and conditioning today, but I'm going to do it at home. So I'm going to go for a really short walk around town. Actually, I might cut down there. And yeah, I'm going to do my strength and conditioning at home. So I've had a few days of not getting out early, and a day where I didn't really have a lie-in. I had the same amount of sleep, I just went to bed later, so I got up later. So that doesn't seem to have derailed me, but I just know it's going to be a bit more of a difficult week this week after last week.
Yeah, I just wanna be great. 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 Yeah, I just wanna be great.
It's Wednesday morning. I'm out for a run. They're supposed to be strides, but I swapped them around. And I'm still battling a lot of fatigue, and I think cold number 2. I was in bed like just after 8 o'clock last night, and I'm still getting pretty low recovery scores. So yeah, not great. So I've committed to about 5 minutes out, 5 minutes back. I'm gonna try and go around the town and yeah, then head home, I think. So I've done maybe 10 minutes of running, walking. I'm gonna go home now. 7:15-ish, just coming after that. The bus is at 7:15, so I'm on my way to get the bus to go to work. Another day, hopefully shorter. I've got a lot of underlying fatigue, so I'm going to try and catch up as best I can. And drink a lot of this stuff. So about 6:30, I'm on my way off to work. It's the last day of the week, and I've had a bit of a chill on this week to catch up on just the still overhanging fatigue that hit because of 2 really busy weeks. But I'm on the way up, which is good, so hopefully, fingers crossed, all being well with the weather, we can still get out to race on Sunday, and then gonna smash it out the park next week.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine.
So it's about 7:30 on Saturday. Chris has gone out for a bike ride. I'm sat on a sofa with coffee, and I didn't get out of bed till 5:30. I've had that twice this week, and it's basically, I've still been getting up at 4:30, but I've just not been getting out of bed because I am just so knackered, basically. So this week kind of became a bit of an impromptu recovery week. I've had to stop some of the workouts because we are due to race tomorrow, all being well, provided Storm Eunice hasn't completely destroyed where the route would be. I knew if I went into the weekend feeling like that, I wasn't going to be able to manage it, so I just ended up boycotting the workouts in place of sleep and recovery after a couple of really high stress weeks. So yeah, that's where we are now. So I'm sat chilling at home. I'm heading out for the day. I'm gonna go and spend some time with one of my friends who I've not seen for a while. And yeah, Chris has gone out for a bike ride, so he will be back later on today. But for now, I'm going to drink lots of this.
I'm never complacent, I would work in a mansion or basement, yeah. There's no replacement for persistence, it's a patience, yeah. In this life, I wanna be soaring.
So I've just done my last little hit out. Well, I say my last little hit out, it's actually the first time I've been out on the bike on my own since August since I crashed really, and like only the third or fourth time I've actually been outside on the bike, most of it being on Zwift. I couldn't take the camera with me today because I don't actually have any room for a GoPro on the bike at the moment. Not with my computer mount, and I had to have some lights on this morning because it's still pretty dark when I went out. But yeah, I'm enjoying my new handlebars. They were such a faff to get on. I sort of felt I have to enjoy them. I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be twice as windy as it was out there. It is going to be warmer, so I'm expecting it to feel about the same, but be harder. So I'm debating about what to take with me tomorrow, what to wear. I am just going to take everything because I've been caught out before by not taking everything and then needing it. I'd rather take it and not have it. It's currently chucking it down, and there's more high winds expected tomorrow. But we haven't heard anything from the race organisers at the moment. So we are expecting the race to be on. It is through wooded areas, so there was a lot of debris out this morning, and I wonder what it's like over there at the moment. Not putting too much pressure on ourselves because we've got a bigger race next weekend. Though if that's windy down on the coast of Portsmouth, that's going to be even worse. So we're not going to take any risks, push ourselves too hard tomorrow, and just see how we get on. It's our first race in about 2.5 years, so we're going to be rusty. We have, like, obviously we do our own thing, so we run and we cycle. Obviously we haven't practiced anything like transition, and for relay teams, transition rules often change between different organisers. They have different things they want each relay team to do, whether you have to stand in a certain area, you know, you have your helmet on beforehand, whatever. But I'm taking the road bike tomorrow, so you know it's not going to be blisteringly fast. But we're all prepped, ready for tomorrow now. Got kit packed, mentally, physically ready. I don't know how Jess is feeling about tomorrow, but we're both just looking forward to getting back racing. We had the Portsmouth race paid for in 2019, so as soon as they announced it, we'd entered the first 2 out of 3, and then that was cancelled in 2020. I think the first reason was high winds, because we didn't do the Chile Duathlon at Castle Combe because that was postponed, and it was postponed to the same date as Portsmouth because of the high winds. And then I think coronavirus just wiped out the rest of that, like I think the week after, or maybe even that week. And then it got cancelled again, obviously 2021. And they did that quite early and said, look, we're just pushing it all to 2022. So entered those, and we knew we wanted to do a race beforehand. I think we did look at the Chile Duathlon, but I think that is the same date as Portsmouth. So we're just doing Ashridge. Ashridge is one of our favourites. It's not just a loop of a racing track. You know, the run is on gravel, grass and road, and the bike ride is, yeah, it's 2 laps of the same course, but there's a hill in it, which is very rare in duathlons because triathletes like to keep their courses very flat so they can optimise on their TT bikes. But yeah, the more technical the better for me, really. I think that's where I put out a lot more time on some out and out triathletes.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be.
Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be.
It's Sunday morning and it's finally light enough for us to actually record a video where you can see us. So we are heading down to Ashridge, where we're going to do the Ashridge Duathlon. It's a active training one which we used to do a lot, and then I think we got to a point where they stopped doing relays.
For 1 year, yeah.
Yeah, and then they brought them back, which is good, so we're going to go and do that. And this is going to be our first race together since COVID started. It's Chrissy's first race at all since COVID started, like in-person one. I managed to get to in last year. It's going to be our first triathlon in a long time. And the weather is shite.
When it's pouring, and I'll fight till anxiety is foreign. I'm so sick of my mind's extortion.
My whole life I just wanted some.
Ta-da!
Were you there when someone was pulling out? He pulled out and then asked when the cafe was open.
No, but I did hear over the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
That the cafe was open. Do you do?
It's also the kids' race debut, and then it's gonna get covered up with jackets and shit.
Yeah. Check out our new shiny kit that you can't see because we race in fucking winter. Why do we get this shit? Get good training weather, shit racing weather. Triathletes get shit training weather, good racing weather. Can't believe they've shortened my run route. 2 hours. Well, I haven't even shortened it.
I don't like that tree.
I don't like any of it. I know it was 70 quid, but if you do want to buy it, I will not buy another. It's like I say, if I go down, I'm going to go as far as the grass.
Here comes the rain!
Yay! Fucking bingo on the weather front.
Full house.
All hitting us.
You have your legs out, I see you, you utter twat.
Where is he? Everyone else has been sensible and put like leg warmers on. Oh no, there's two! There's two! There's another one! He's like in my blind spot.
I want his helmet.
Oh, the pink one.
Yeah.
It is genuinely shit weather today. Please be careful on the bike.
I will be.
Warmth. Oh, it is so cold and shitty out there. I don't like that tree.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a statement to appreciate all that is vacant. It's just for the taking. If you make up your mind, you can take it. I'm never complacent. I would work in a mansion or basement, yeah. There's no replacement for persistence, it's a patience, yeah. In this life, I wanna be soaring, to feel sun inside when it's pouring. And I'll fight till anxiety is foreign. I'm so sick of my mind's extortion.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be.
Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's been a couple of days now since the race, and we've had a chance to sort of decompress and sort of
Look back over it and just reflect on how it went, really.
yeah. So the weather was really horrible, really cold, windy, rainy. Not ideal conditions to do our first race back in 2 years in. But yeah, so we started with your first 5K, wasn't it?
Yeah, so the 5K went better than I thought it was going to. I pegged about 45 minutes because of the weather. But I managed to do it in less than 35, which was pretty good. They did have to adjust the course, so I ended up doing 4 shorter laps rather than the 2 laps to begin with, which isn't great because that's not my strong point. But it's not my strong point. I just flipping don't like going around the same loop several times. But yeah, I mean, overall, the run was really good and it felt alright, which was the main thing. Managed to come back into transition, got all the stuff swapped over, and then Chris headed out onto his bike.
Yeah, so I was in transition. I mean, I was pretty ill the week beforehand, and just standing in transition in that cold, wet and wind, I was like feeling quite bad. And when I went to get on the bike, I sort of threw myself over it, and then it took me ages to get clipped in because my feet were muddy and wet because transition was on the grass. And then I got going, and then it's a straight turn, like 5 yards out of transition, up a slight incline into the wind, and I was like, this is already starting bad. I wasn't going particularly fast, the roads were greasy, I didn't want to risk anything, it being just our first race back. And then the course had changed slightly from when we'd done it in previous years. There was usually a turn through a little village. It was a sharp left-hander into the village, and that's usually why I'd choose to do the race on a road bike rather than a time trial bike, because the road surface is usually pretty bad and it's quite twisty. Often there are like horses out because it's by a few equestrian centres. But so it stayed on the main road, all the sort of all the way around, like bypassing the village. So I probably could have done it on a time trial bike. I was going okay, and I was catching lots of people who'd gone out quite a bit before me, but I just felt really rough. I was pushing like at one point 90 watts and feeling really bad. Like my heart rate was up where I would expect it to be for a time trial, doing at least double those watts. And we came to the short, sharp hill, and it's a sharp ramp, and then it sort of flattens out, but it's still rising, and then you have a headwind, you have a crosswind. So I didn't want to push, like properly attack the hill. So, and I was feeling pretty bad. So I just put it in easy gear, spun up the hill, but I could just feel my lungs properly aching, really. So I just did the one lap. I thought I was like 4 minutes past my best time when I got back into the estate, and I thought, looking at that, I'm doing really badly here, and we're really focused on the Portsmouth series that's coming up. Looking at my time compared to everybody else's, it wasn't best. It wasn't up there, although we did look, and it was still it's like in the top third, top quarter of cycle times. Because I mean, apart from one of the fastest, I'd been round there faster in dry conditions and fully fit. So I think everyone was probably having a bad day out on the bike, especially.
Yeah, I mean, weather-wise, like you say, it wasn't great. And then, I mean, when the weather kind of comes in, it really does affect the bike. I mean, it kind of affects the run because you get muddy bits on like the grassy bits, but it's all the wind and the road and everything that affects you. So, yeah, my heart did sink a little bit when I saw him coming into transition.
a lot sooner than I'd anticipated him on that particular day. But I'm kind of glad that we did make the decision to stop the race where we did, because it meant then that we could be ready for the Portsmouth series. And it's still given us, you know, despite not being able to finish the race, it still gave us that opportunity to just kind of get back into it. And we've not done an in-person duathlon for quite a while now, so it just gave us kind of like that practice and getting into it ahead of Portsmouth, which the Portsmouth series are the big ones we want to target this year. And Ashridge, although it is a nice one, for me particularly wasn't a key race, so it was a nice kind of tester situation. So yeah, even though we didn't complete it, we still managed to learn quite a bit from it, which was pretty good. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up, really. I mean, that's kind of how we got on, and fingers crossed all future races go a little bit better. I'm just gutted I didn't get a shiny medal.
We'll get one this weekend.